There are certain things happening in Britain, certain stirrings among the populace. Things that I'm beginning to notice. I know you're all noticing them too. Riot police called to protests outside of asylum seeker hotel as police van set on fire. Seems out of control, says refugee charity whose staff are trapped during the incident in Knowsley. Riot police have been called out to a hotel for asylum seekers after clashes involving protesters in Merseyside. A police van was seen on fire outside the property as hundreds of people demonstrated in Knowsley, just outside the city. Footage shared on social media shows large crowds gathered with dozens of police, including some with riot helmets and shields. I want to see if they're. Now, listen, I haven't read this article. See, whenever I do these, I've never pre read the article. I go into it blind. I think it's better that way. But let's take bets. Let's take bets. Do you think they're going to be honest about the real reason why these guys were rioting? Let's find out. Refugee charity Care for Calais said it had staff at the scene who were trapped in a car park. Still seems out of control, a spokesperson tweeted on Friday evening. The police all ran up the road outside the hotel about 20 minutes ago and didn't come back. Lots of shouting. We can't imagine the terror of the people inside the hotel. Merseyside police said officers were dealing with two groups of protesters at the scene. At around 6:30 p.m, officers were facilitating an initially peaceful protest and counter-protest, the force said. During the evening, missiles have repeatedly been thrown and damage caused to a police vehicle. No injuries have been reported at this time. Additional officers are in the area to deal with these incidents. Knowsley MP Sir George Howarth said some at the demonstration outside the Suites Hotel in Knowsley were protesting against refugees. Okay, partly, but there was a real reason. There was something that got them really riled up. I wonder what it was. Let's see if the BBC's honest. Not the BBC, the Independent's honest about it. He said it was triggered by an alleged incident posted on social media and criticised misinformation about refugees being feather bedded at the hotel. No, it was something else. In a statement, he says, I have referred an alleged incident posted on social media which has triggered a demonstration outside the Suites Hotel to Merseyside Police and Knowsley Council. Until the police have investigated the matter, it is too soon to jump to conclusions, and the effort on the part of some to inflame the situation is emphatically wrong. I don't think they're going to be honest about it. If an offence has been committed, the police should deal with it appropriately through due process. In addition, the misinformation about refugees, if an offence had been committed, what could they be talking about? What offence? What could these refugees have done that caused loads and loads of people to riot outside the hotel? Let's see if the Independent will actually say. In addition, the misinformation about refugees being feather-bedded is untrue and intended to paint a picture that does not at all represent the facts. They're up in a hotel. They're up in a hotel with nice comfy beds and stuff. The people of Knowsley are not bigots and are welcoming to people escaping from some of the most dangerous places in the world in search of a place of safety. Those demonstrating against refugees at this protest tonight do not represent this community. I mean, they are the community. We are not like that and overwhelmingly behave with sympathy and kindness to others regardless of where they come from. And that's the end of the article. Yeah, there were grooming wains. Migrants in the hotel were approaching young girls in the street, 12, 13 and stuff like that, asking them for their numbers, asking if they wanted to come up to the hotel room with them. They were following them and messaging them in Facebook and stuff like that. I've spoken to people who were actually present at like the demonstrations. They didn't riot, they were just present at the demonstrations. That's why they were rioting. It wasn't because the refugees were there. It wasn't because they were being feather-bedded in the hotel. They were trying to groom kids. They were. They were trying to get fired into Wayne's. And that's why, where was it, the little bit there. When the police said this, if an offence has been committed, the police should deal with it appropriately through due process. And I believe that's in reference to some of the events that have been done by people that were staying at this hotel. People didn't just go down there and kick off for absolutely no reason, right? Migrants get put up in hotels all over Britain, all over the place, everywhere, at monumental cost to the taxpayer, right? That's the reason these guys went down there. And the Independent just tried to lie to you and not tell you the real reason, right? People don't just go down and start torching police cars for shits and giggles, right? Something happened to push them to that. British people don't riot easily, right? But when they do, it's something bad that has kicked them off, and that's what kicked them off. And they're trying to hide the reason, right? So that's why it happened, and the newspapers are just lying to you.